What's going on, guys? Finally getting the video up. Here we are Wednesday night. I'm already slacking on my duties for this year, but here we are back to the grind. Um, Much anticipated video here. So I took a little week off. Brock picked me up last week, so we are back and ready to rock and roll, better than ever. So last week, guys, tons of scoring. I mean, this has got to be like maybe the highest point totals of 10 teams combined last year. I mean, we definitely had, top of the top and then the lowest of the low this week. But it's been crazy, guys. The activity's been very good so far. I'm really happy with everything. Brock, you've been awesome helping me out with the league page, putting up new polls, getting the activity going, so I really appreciate that. And I mean, everybody's been responding to the group text. Jeff, where you at, man? We're missing Jeff. So, other than that, guys, the league page has been good. We had 3 trades in one day, got them all approved within 10 minutes. So, guys, things are going to move quickly. If you guys have any questions, obviously they've been addressed. We've already talked rule changes, things of that nature. I did make the exception for certain players that were traded for last year that were kept, being, Marshawn Lynch, I think, Marshawn Lynch, Des Bryant, AP, guys like that were traded that were kept only 1 year by that player. Andrew Luck, for instance, those guys will be allowed to be kept 1 more year. I just wanted to clarify that before we got really into it. But, so I think everybody understands that, and we're pretty much good to go. So, on to the week 3 scoreboard, guys. I can't believe it's already week 3. I mean, we're pretty much a quarter of the way through. On week 3, guys, you look at this. I mean, 3 teams scored 140 plus points. I mean, to me, that's insane. Jeff, cracked 123. Mike scored 118. I mean, guys, we had 4 teams score over 115 points. I mean, to me, that's crazy. So let's dive right in. I mean, looking at me and Aaron's matchup, I scored 143.4 to lead the week, which is funny. I led the league by a yard, 1 single yard. So I won $5 on a single yard, which, by the way, Eric and Brock have also won, so that is $5 toward them, and I have won as well. I'm just going to keep tracking at the end of the year. I'll pay everything out because depending on transactions, I think we are also going to do most points total for the year cumulative. You'll get the pot. Considering best record, most likely is going to get paid out anyway. No need to make the rich richer. Most points generally makes the playoffs, but we've seen crazier things. But anyway, on to the matchups. Aaron and I's matchup, I scored 143 to his 108. I mean, he had enough to beat half the league, but unfortunately, just the way the luck went. He was led by Aaron Rodgers with 34.9. He tore it up on Monday night with, I think, 5 touchdowns. I was led by a bevy of guys with 20. I had, I think, 5 guys go with 20 points alone, or pretty close to it. Greg Olson actually led my team with 25.4. On to Jeff and Nico's matchup. Jeff, a very surprising 3-0 start, just especially with Arian Foster and Le'Veon Bell being out for the first 2 games. I mean, everybody assumed Jeff was going to be either 1-2 or 2-1 maybe, but 3-0. His team showed up with 123.3 to Nico's 46.3. I mean, you cut Jeff's score in half, he still wins. Nico, tough week for him. Russell Wilson, his best score, had 16.2, whereas Jeff had, I mean, just unreal scoring from A.J. Green, Julian Edelman, he had Tom Brady. His team just went off, so Jeff's team's looking very unstoppable right now. Him and a couple other guys are looking real good. Another great matchup, is Nico and Javi. Javi's team's looking really tough right now, having trouble scoring. I think it's correlating with Andrew Luck and T.Y., definitely, because Andrew Luck led his team with only 16.5. He had lost 77 to 142, so Eric was the 3rd highest scorer with 142, which I think that's just absurd. Eric was led by Devontae Freeman with 37.3. He had a great night, 3 touchdowns, I think over 100 yards. So Eric's team definitely scoring the points this year. I think he's definitely up in the top. I haven't looked at the total standings yet, but he's got to be either 1 or 2 in the scoring. And then you look at a matchup like Jared and Joe's matchup. Joe scored 57.5, had a real tough time. Besides Jamal Charles, I don't know if anybody else scored double digits. He had Charles with 26.2 on the Monday night game. He had 3 touchdowns as well. And then Jared had Randall Cobb go for, I think, 2 or 3 touchdowns as well, 28.3. So Jared definitely won that game on Monday night. But other than that, yeah, Joe's team's looking a little tough right now. He's needing some luck with the Dez injury and everything like that. But looking back on the other matchup, that was, a game that Mike could have easily won. He scored 118.8 with Cam Newton getting 29.9. I know he had a couple other guys score pretty well with some points, but Brock just scored points all over the place. He had Steve Smith Sr. surprisingly had 30.6. He had Adrian Peterson get him 24. Jimmy Graham with another 14, and the defense got him 16. Mike had Macklin and Julio Jones also continuing just to tear it up. I don't know. It's so crazy with the way Julio is playing right now, guys. I mean, if we would have known he would have played like this through 3, he would have been the number 1 overall pick, no problem. Julio, every time I look at him, though, on these numbers, he's questionable. So the injuries are going to be there. But, the guy is unstoppable. I think he's the best receiver in football. And with that offense, they're going to feed him every single time. At 20 targets. A receiver who gets 20 targets and he caught 13 of them. Pretty damn impressive. But we go to week 4 matchups, guys. I know Joe has been keeping amazing track of all the matchups. So, guys, please get on and vote who you think's going to win. I know we had 2 people not do it. I know Jeff's MIA and Dalton, I believe, didn't do it either. But, Joe, thank you for putting those up and keeping track. So, everybody, get your picks in by Thursday. Just what the Thursday games can kind of dictate maybe in the week. As you saw the first week when, Jeff had Edelman and Brady, they pretty much tore it up, and we kind of knew Jeff was going to win. But, get the picks in, get them in. I'm going to get mine in tonight. So, leading it off with the week 4 scoreboard, you got me against Eric. I'm projected at 99.5 to his 72.2. Now, I don't believe he's picked up anybody. I'm sure that'll change once they get a quarterback in there. Change out Gronk on the bye. I'd prefer they didn't, but their waiver wire. Also, guys, I might think about changing it to Wednesday morning, doing a 1-day waiver and not 2. It's not a big deal, but we're waiting until Thursday Thursday morning to have those guys dropped and picked up, where I think, maybe we should move it back to a Wednesday. I'm probably just going to make that decision. That's how every other ESPN Standard League is. I picked the 2-day waiver, and I'm kind of regretting it, kind of not, just for the fact that it takes a lot longer when, guys want to get their rosters in and stuff like this, preview matchups and who's who. So, I might move that back. I'll talk, with Brock about it, and we'll see what we want to do. I know that it's been brought up to me actually just by one owner. Nobody else has really complained, but I think it just might help the league out a little bit better if we move it back to a 1-day, thing where you claim the guy on Tuesday and it's released Wednesday instead of Thursday. On to Jeff and Joe's matchup. You got Jeff, who's projected at 89.9 to Joe's 89.7. Jeff also, tough week for him on the bye with all the Patriots. He's got to pick up a kicker. He's got a receiver to replace, quarterback to replace. So, tough week for Jeff. This could be his first loss just on the fact that it's all the bye players, but his team's really good. Arian Foster could be back this week. Obviously, Le'Veon picking up the slack right where he left off last year. Had a solid week. So it'd be interesting to see if Jeff can actually, start at 4-0. Be really surprising. But, the champ, even with one of his keepers just absolutely sucking this year with C.J. Anderson, he's picking up right where he left off. So Jeff's looking real good so far. On to the next matchup, you got Nico against Brock and Dalton. Brock's projected to score 102 to Nico's 98.9. So another projection really close. I know Brock's team right now is just hitting its stride. And, he's looking like a playoff team easy, one of the highest scoring teams in the league as well. So it'd be tough sledding for Nico. He's definitely going to need to score a lot of points and get some big outings from a couple guys just to stay in that one. And on to the next matchup, you got Jared against Aaron. 2 teams coming off of, Aaron coming off a tough loss, and Jared coming off his first win of the year. He's projected to score 97.1 to Aaron's 90.5. Be an interesting matchup to watch to see, if Jared's scoring can consistently get better and if his team can actually stay healthy. And seeing if Aaron's team can actually put it together as well. On the last matchup of the week, you got Jobby looking for his first win against Mike, who took a tough loss last week. Like I said, Mike could have beat just about everybody in the league. And it was a tough game because Mike's week 2 scoring was horrible, and then his week 3 was great, but he still lost. Mike's team, I think, is very good, especially if Julio keeps playing the way he does. I don't see why Mike's team wouldn't be good. His running back situation's really bleak with DeMarco Murray and Alfred Morris, basically splitting carries. They're hurt. Their offensive lines look terrible. But I know Mike's been fishing some trades out there, guys, and everybody's looking to make their teams better. I mean, trades have been big. Trades have been really kind of confusing. I've gotten a few offers, and a lot of people are holding back based on keepers already for next year, which is kind of wild. It's only week 4, but hey, everybody's prepping for next year. You got to. I mean, even myself, I'm trying to get better and look at next year just in case. My team's not great. Look at the first 2 weeks. But, Jobby going up against Mike, like I said, Jobby's looking for that first W. He's projected at 86.4 to Mike's 90 or 87.1, so it's going to be real close, guys. A lot of these matchups are projected within 4 to actually 1 to 3 points, really. So it'll be interesting to see how those actual matchups shake out. But guys, like I said, the league page activity's been really good. Like I said, 3 trades in a row, and then the activity, like I said, has been really good. So we are doing the $5 per transaction, or the $5 every week. So if you think, I mean, that's, what is that, $65 on our season scoring. Goes toward that, and I mean, we have more than $100 in the pot right now, and then the top scorer for the year will get the remainder. And then payouts, guys, we're gonna do the 65%, 35%, and 10%. I'm sorry, 55, 35, 10 in the percentage for payouts. So that would be 550, 350, and 100 for a second, third. I'm okay with doing maybe 600, 300, 100. It can vary. I'd probably rather do that, make it half of what it was. I just based a percentage, so we can do 70, 20, or no, I'm sorry, 60, 30, 10. I forget what it is. I mean, I'd prefer 60, 30, 10, just, it's easier that way. And here we go. I'm getting text right now for trades, so, yeah, anyway, guys, we'll probably let's just do 60, 30, 10. I think it's 600 is a good number. 300 is good for second place. If anybody has any rebuttal on that, please post on the page. I think champs should definitely get a good payout. Second place still pretty solid payout, tripling your money up from the beginning, and then third place still getting your money back, something to fight for. We are talking, we're still going to do the lottery. I love that. This is what happens when you have a jank-ass setup, guys. We're still going to do the lottery like we did last year. I think it worked out well. Other changes, yes, I know, guys, we made the change mid-year before any trades happened, but to me, the keeper trade and the keeper rule needed to be set. I apologize for not getting it done sooner, but it is what it is. It's done. Let's live with it and go on from there. I just think the league needed it. Talking with a couple other owners and just thinking about it myself, I thought about it for a long time before we actually even brought it up and I put it in the video. It just needed to happen, and then I decided mid-year that that's what it was going to be. So, if you're mad, I understand. I get it, but, there's no reason to dwell on it and extend it anymore. It's done. So, if you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments below. Text me, text the group. Guys, I really don't check the group text that often. My responses are hit and miss because I'm at work all day. I do put it on Do Not Disturb, and so if you have anything that you want to address, please text me off the side. If there's a trade that you need, whatever, Jared texted me the other day, hey, I put a trade through. Perfect. I was able to go on right away and address it. But if it's in the group text, guys, it gets lost, honestly, along the scrum. I'll go back and kind of check through 150 texts, and I'll go back and look through and see, what the conversations were about. But yeah, that's really it. Guys, I'm glad everybody's having fun. Hopefully you are. I know a lot of teams are kind of frustrated with how their teams are playing. I mean, including mine. I had one big week, and then my other 2 sucked. So it's going to be a long season, guys. Keep fighting, and you never know with injuries and breakout players what can happen. So just hang in there, have fun. Like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Brock or myself, and we'll take care of you from there. But keep having fun, guys. Keep posting, get on, comment on the winners and losers, and pick out your winners. Like I said, because there's, I think, going to be some prize money or something involved. Also, I wanted to just give a quick shout out to Dalton. Thank you for coming up with the award that we have. I know this is a public video, so I don't want to go in and elaborate on it, but I think it's a good idea. I think it'd be fun. Just something different, add to our already shit show of a league. So thank you, Dalton, for that. And you guys have a great week. Good luck. I know we have Thursday games. I finally did my first DraftKings account this week, so I'm interested in that. That might win me more money than my shit team this year. So Thank you guys. Have fun. Enjoy the week. Good luck, and we will see you next week.